This is the speaking test of the International English Language Testing System taking place on Tuesday, the 27th January 2026 at the Edvason Center. Center number is UDV03. The examiner is MD Nuruddin Islam and the examiner number is 641138. The candidate is Mr. Onkon. The candidate number is 09823. Hello and welcome to the International English Language Testing System. The IELTS speaking part is divided into three parts. Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3. In this first part, I will ask you several questions about yourself, your work, home, studies and other familiar topics. What is your full name, please?
My full name is Onkon Kormukar. You can address me by Onkon.
Thank you. What do you think your best personal qualities are?
If I talk about personal qualities, they are truthfulness, sincerity, and being on time. And I always try to listen carefully before giving my opinion. And I always take less pressure to making a decision. And those qualities helps me to work well and being good in everything.
Do you have the personal qualities as your parents?
I can agree particularly because I have the qualities like my parents, like truthfulness and honesty. I value those things like them, but I think open-minded and they think traditionally. This difference comes from growing up in a different generations like them.
What personal qualities are important to you in a friend?
For choosing friend, I always prefer truthfulness and sincerity and responsibility. And I always prefer my friends to be honest and supportive, even though they don't agree with me. And my friend should have a good sense of humor because in a friendly relationship, good sense of humor plays a big role.
Do you think you have the personal qualities to become a successful leader?
Yes, I believe I do because a leader should be patient, fearless, and be confident. And I also try to adapt those skills, and I think I have a room to improve myself in those quality because being a leader is a matter of experience and from gaining experience, I can be a good leader in the future.
This is the end of first part. Now let's move on to the second part. In the part 2, I will give you a cue card and a topic. You have just 1 minute to think what you are gonna say. You can make some notes and write some hints, and you have 2 minutes to describe this topic. Here is your pencil and cue card. Take your time.
Thank you.
Your time's up. Let's start.
If I talk about a discussion of about this news story, I will prefer the last flooding season of my country. It was a critical situation when several lands, farmland, and several houses flowed on the flooding, and it was this is the cause of climate change and natural disaster. The news was firstly on online portals and the social media. After that, become a major topic. Then I discussed with my family and my close friend. They hardly give hard opinion about it and talk it deeply. They all and we talk with other people. They give their opinion about like government should manage well in disaster sector and drainage system, and other people stand that local people should also work in this field, like they should prevent the work which increase the number of climate change and be aware about environmental matter. And I also and people also debate and give their opinion and become aware about it. There in the at that time I also earned so much experience about the environmental issue, and various kind of issue, how to prevent those things, and be sincere about climate and be aware. And I also support people who face those problems. And at that period I also realized that we should read news, not rely on headlines.
Yeah, thank you. This is the end of part 2. Let's move on to the part 3. In this third part, I will ask you several questions related to part 2. How do most people find out about the news in your country?
My country people see news on digital platform. The younger people rely on social media like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. But the younger generation still rely on like the printed newspaper and television. But everyone is relying in digital technology because it's more easy to get and more convenient.
Are people more interested in local news than national news?
My people are more interested in local news because it relate their daily life, traffic issue, the crime issue, and economics of my country. But during the election or any political issue and economical crisis, people also become interested in national news. But yeah, it's depend on the time when you watch news.
How important is it to know about national news?
I think people should aware about their nation, what is going on their nation, and build awareness to be prepared for anything happens in their nation, and build awareness in their society. It's very helpful thing to be aware of this thing about what happening in my nation.
What kinds of people want to take part in discussion programs?
I think people who are outspoken and confident, they want to take part in discussion program. They also people be like political public or social public. There are two kind of people who wanted to be build awareness in the society, and the people who wanted to gain the public attention, like attention seeker people who just wanted to make issues. And some people are also be aware of for their society where they live.
This is the end of our today's IELTS mock test. If you would like to find this kind of videos more in the future, don't forget to subscribe the channel. See you next time. Bye bye.